good morning, good day, good evening, whatever your time zone may be. It doesn't matter. You're here for VRL and VRL only, and you're here at this announcement video of all the new drivers and the completely new calendar. And I'm here with owner and admin of the VRL, Phil Smith, and season 1 champion Philip Smith. Say hello.
Alright, so good to be here. How you doing?
Yeah, it is. It is. Very excited for this one. So, you wanted to do the calendar first, and then we're moving on to all the teams and drivers?
Yep, so first of all, we're just going to go through the calendar for Season 3. And I know there's been a lot of drivers who have put forward tracks, and obviously Season 3 was shortened to 8 races. So for this season, we're going back to the usual 12 races with one pre-season test.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go through the rounds and the dates of the rounds also. So
Okay, let's go.
Alright, so first of all, we've got the pre-season race, which is at Russia, which is the 7th of July. Keep in mind, all the races start at 2:30 PM UK time on Sundays. Round 1 then, we've got Bahrain on the 21st of July. Round 2, we've got Azerbaijan on the 11th of August. Round 3, we have Canada on the 18th of August, straight after that. Round 4 is Austria on the 25th of August. And then we've got France, which is a new addition to the calendar. So excited to see that come in for VRL. On the 15th of September. And then round 6 is Britain returning to the calendar after it was not on the calendar for season 2 due to it being shortened. That is the 6th of October. And then we've got round 7, which is Germany, another new track that's coming to VRL on the 20th of October. And then round 8 is Belgium, which will be welcome with the drivers, I'm sure, because it's a great track. That's on the 10th of November. And then round 9, we've got Italy on the 24th of November. Round 10, we've got another new track, Mexico, on the 8th of December. And then the week after that is round 11, which is the Circuit of the Americas, coming back to season 3. And then finally, to round it all off, we have got the finale at Brazil on the 22nd of December 2019. So that is the season 3 calendar. What do you think of that, Sam?
I think it's decent. It's alright. It's looking to be an absolute cracker again. Tracks like Baku, who served up a fantastic race, who were really exciting to commentate on. And also Spa coming back is absolutely great, because after having to miss out on that due to the F1 2019 coming out early and the calendar needing being cut, I think that's very welcome to come back. So that should be really good.
Yeah, personally, I'm looking forward to Britain. Obviously, my home race, but I think all the drivers, apart from maybe Death, think it's one of the best tracks on the calendar. So yeah, obviously Bahrain and Baku, the 2 opening rounds look good.
Yes,
great races in the last season. So yeah, I think overall it's a good calendar for season 3.
And let's not forget the Brits and season 1 winner. Nah, just kidding. That should be a good race. That was I believe, the only rain race we had. So let's hope the British weather serves up again.
Season 1. Yep. So that's always a spanner in the works. Right, so should we get into the meat and drink of it then, Sam?
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
3.
You start.
So why don't we're going to go in reverse championship order from season 2. So that means you are going to start with Toro Rosso. Oh, no, me?
You were going to start.
Alright. So, first of all, in the Toro Rosso, we have got Zephy, or Zef, the Indonesian driver, and we have got his countryman, Dio, or Conyol 886. So both of those in the Toro Rosso. I think that's a good pairing. And their reserve driver is Nico, or Not Micro GR. So I think that's a relatively strong pairing. Yep. Looks very consistent from what we've seen a couple of seasons from Dio and Zeph.
Yes.
They're quick drivers, especially Zeph. On the pad, but he turns up to 99% of races, and he's a quick driver.
I think
What
he
do you
has
think of that one?
100% race ratio. I think he's never missed a race, I believe.
Only one. He's only
Only
missed
one.
one.
But
Yeah.
that's very
So
decent. I think they get on pretty well, both from Indonesia, of course.
yeah.
So that's really good. Shall we move on to Mercedes then?
Yep.
Alright, so then we at Mercedes we have Ridwan, or Ridwan F1, and then we have Formula News or Boya 29 at Mercedes, and then as a reserve driver we have Eddie or Eddie Rocks, and then that should be a good pairing also. I think just two very well prepared midfield drivers, very complete all around, and maybe after a bit of a invisible season for Mercedes last season, they can finally they can finally step up again and take them a bit higher.
Yeah, definitely. I think with Ridwan being I think control times in the sign-ups, he's definitely got more pace. And
Yes.
also with Stein, he's very consistent in turning up to races. I think that's a
Yes.
relatively good
Yes,
partnership,
it
to be
is.
honest. If you've
It
got
is.
two relatively quick drivers who's sharp to races, so yeah.
Agreed.
All right, so I'm gonna now. It's a big one now. I'm going to announce the Ferrari driver lineup. Now, I think a lot of you will be excited to hear about these three drivers in this team, and the two main drivers are big surprises, really. So we have got the
Yes.
Season 2 champion, Yoda Speak, 77, in the Ferrari main seat, and we've also got alongside him Marco, aka Popper. Two very quick drivers, with the reserve driver being Shady Records or Timo. So
Yes.
I think this pairing could be deadly
Yes.
in VRL Season
It
3. I
was.
mean, what two very, very, very quick drivers. Obviously, you've got Yoda, who's shown himself that he is a threat to the championship,
Yeah.
as he was
Always.
last season, came in as a rookie last season, and really just took everyone by storm. Obviously slowly starting with Williams,
Yes.
and then once he moved to Red Bull, he was just, he
Unstoppable.
he was just unstoppable, exactly. And yeah, I mean
Very deserved season two champion, and then
that
and
pairing looks absolutely just fast.
yeah, so
If those
Marco of
drivers
course
can,
also showed in qualifying that he has space, definitely has space.
yeah,
He
exactly,
maybe should have got a pole position in that rain quali, but was
hmm.
unfortunate to have that incident with Mac Designs. So
Yeah.
he hasn't had
And
too many races,
interestingly
but
enough,
in yeah, want to go on?
interestingly enough, um, that battle for pole at Japan was between these two drivers,
Yes,
Yoda and Marco.
yes it was.
So these two have shown what they can do. Marco in the race, I think he's only raced two races, but he only joined the league for when it was Hungary season 2. So
I believe
yeah,
so.
he's raced 2 out of 3 races that he could have done. So yeah,
Yeah.
he looks quick, and
Yes,
he's renowned to be. Well, he's the season 2 champion, so he's the man that everyone's looking to beat. So
yes.
yeah, I'm very excited to see what that partnership can do for season 3.
Yes, yeah, same mate. I can't say less. And then let's move on to Williams then. The Williams.
Yep.
We have Stein Kostra, in the Williams, with his teammates Max Bar 15 or Instagram Crash Vettel, and then we have ASFD Kimi as their reserve driver for season 3. So I think this is just a very well midfield team. I think they're gonna be. Stein didn't show up to too many races last season, but when he was there, he proved he has pace and he can really make something of the race. I think in Hungary he had a real strong place, just being there right in the midfield, nearly attacking that top three that looked untouchable, and I think he got fairly close to it, and then Crash Vettel or Max Bar 15. Hasn't had too many races, I believe, on my head. So he's still probably getting used to it. But I think when he's done that, I think he's gonna be a very compact driver, very well completed, put together driver to score some points.
Yeah, I think it looks a very decent team. You know, obviously Stein came in and the races he has raced, he's finished, I believe, P4 in both of them, which
Yeah, I
was
believe so.
Russia and Brazil. So he's been, you know, he obviously, when he was racing, he gave a good fight for Zeph, who, as we
Yes.
know, at VRL is a very quick driver. So, and then, yeah, Max or Crash Battle, he was showing good pace in Brazil when he was racing, and then I
Yeah.
think he said he got taken out or something along the lines. He retired.
Yeah,
So
we'll
he's
never
he's
know.
obviously shown pace as well. So the Williams team, all Dutch, with the rookie driver ASDF Kimmy on Instagram coming in as the reserve. I think
Yes.
he'll be happy with getting a seat.
Yes.
So yeah, I think now we'll move on to Renault.
Yes. The
So
yellow team.
Renault, the banana team, they look.
Yes.
This is another very interesting one. So the Renault 2 main seats, we have got Niek van Gelder, who is a rookie
Yes.
driver coming in, and we've got Jofi 200 or Je Marasic, and then at reserve driver we've got and so it goes underscore or Valter. So I think this team it's another threat for the constructors championship. We've got Neat coming in, who's a very very quick driver. He's shown in other leagues. He's won championships in other leagues. So he'll be wanting to make his mark straight off the bat in
Yes.
Russia in the pre-season race, and his close friend Jure. So
Hmm.
I mean, he raced in Hungary, I think, and that was his only race in season two, and he qualified just himself and Aaron
Yeah.
in fifth place. So yeah, he's shown good pace, and in the race he moved forward, but then I think he retired. So I think that team, obviously with Valter, who's very consistent in turn up to races, so he's a great reserve driver for them to have.
No.
He's retaining his Renault colours for this season. So yeah, what do you think of that team, Sam?
Yeah, I think it's just a good team. I think there might be a threat for the constructors. We don't you never know, but I think they're both close friends, so I think that also just helps. You know, both wanting to go for that constructors championship, and maybe well, you have a teammate you don't know really well, then you might be just nah, maybe on the back foot constructors wise, so just maybe giving each other tips, you know, here and there,
Mm,
just
yeah,
helps, you know, taking a step towards that constructors
definitely.
championship. So just that really helps.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, so now you're gonna announce the Haas driver lineup
Yes, I am.
or Haas. Sorry.
Haas, yeah, Haas. So quite a big one also, I would say. Then we have you, Phil Smith, Formula Art at Haas, and then we have Aaron or Ari Frisch as your teammate, and then we have Patrick Egmeier as or Scenic '09 as your reserve driver. So um, another threat for the constructors championship. Both very quick drivers. Both drivers title contenders. One has already proven that by taking the season one championship, and then Aaron, who's proven he's quick. I believe he was P2 in Hungary, beating you to the line in the last lap. So
Yeah,
that
unfortunately.
was unfortunately for you. Yeah, it was a good fight to watch, and it should be looking good. So what do you make of your team and your teammate and your reserve driver? So what do you make up of that?
Yeah, look, I'm really excited about this team. I think Aaron has shown. I mean, he's shown the raw pace of what the season three champion could have. I think it'll be a great fight for the drivers' championship with hopefully myself, Yoda, Aaron, and Neek, and some others as well. So I think yeah, with Patrick coming back also or as
Yes,
reserve driver, I
getting
think
right.
he's a welcome improvement to the Haas team. I think to have him as reserve driver who raced in season one and he's one of the OG drivers really. So
Yeah.
I think I'm happy to have Aaron. Really happy with that team. I think we could fight the constructors with Ferrari. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
looking really good.
now I will announce the Racing Point lineup. for this season. A new
So
name,
I'm gonna have to
new look
taking
team.
used to. No Force India
Yep.
anymore, of course. Racing Point
No.
officially.
Every time you say Force India in the commentary booth, then you're gonna get a slap.
Yeah,
All
I know.
right. So we've got in Racing Point, we actually have 2 rookies, or actually 3 rookies, if you think of it,
Yeah,
with the reserve driver as well. So we've got Mansky 197, who is the main driver, and he is one of Zeph's friends, I think, who he races in leagues as well. So could be a
yeah,
quick driver. And then we've got Chant Zay Chun HK, or Chan Chan Louis, as
yeah.
his teammate. I think they're also friends, so I think they could be a formidable pairing with Cryptic Luna or Billy coming in at reserve driver for a Racing Point. So I think, again, rookie team coming through. I think they could have some good results with that driver lineup. I've heard from Zeph that they're quick drivers, obviously from time trial times. They look quick. So yeah, I think. What do you think of that, Zeph?
Zeph,
Ben?
Sam, yeah, Zeph. Zeph's not here yet,
That is
not
an
yet.
insult to me calling you Zeph.
Yeah, unbelievable. You did the same thing today on the chat, but no, I think Racing Point are gonna look pretty strong. I don't know any of these drivers just yet. I don't know the pace. So just be with time they're gonna obviously get better, getting better into this league, and I think it's looking good. And the name is gonna have to take some used to. It's gonna have to take some time getting used to in a commentary booth, but should be all good.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So now you're going to announce the McLaren lineup.
Yes, a very wanted seat by all the drivers. Everyone wanted to drive a McLaren. Of course, you can only have 3 drivers driving for them. One reserve, 2 main drivers. But we move on then. We have Matthijs or Hank Peter in the first McLaren machine, and now we have SM Jordan or Sam as the second driver, and then Mick van Bruggelen as the reserve driver. So and again a very good midfield lineup, I would say. I think Sam Jordan is a new driver out of my head. Yes, he is. Um, and then Matthijs, who's proven himself as a great driver, just picking up the pieces that everyone leaves falling. So I think he got a nice, very strong result in Austria, his first points, or his first P4 finish at least, and then Japan again, he was very close to the podium. So I think he's looking good. And Sam, I haven't seen anything from him yet, but I think when you look at his time trials, I think he's around the pace of Matthijs. And I make a friend of Matthijs, who as a reserve driver, I think he should be good. So what do you make of that?
Yeah, I think once again, it's a team that you could look to have some good results with. He's shown what he can do in season 2, and yeah, I think like you said, Sam Jordan and Mick look to be to Matthias or there and thereabouts.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what McLaren can do in season 3. All right,
Yes.
now I'm going to move on to the Alfa Romeo team, newly
No more
branded
Sauber.
Sauber. All right, so with Alfa Romeo, I think we all kind of knew where it was going at the end of season 2. I think
Yes.
the drivers
Not
have a
surprise.
great relationship. So we've got Xavi Mateos or Marcus, and we've got Sir Steve Mayton or Steve, and then the reserve driver we have This is Chris 66. So I mean, what can I say really? These 2 drivers have been teammates as long as Steve's been, racing since season 2. So I think it's a formidable pairing again. Once again for the championship. I think last season, obviously, they came second ahead of McLaren with those 3 wins actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
2 for
three.
Steve and 1 for Marcus. So they're the only team in season 2 to have their 2 drivers be winners.
No,
So
you. Oh
yeah,
no, yeah, no, yeah.
yeah, because obviously I didn't win a race because I'm
No.
a bottle job.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look to be a great team. And also, Chris has had his moments in this league, but as
Yes.
reserve driver, I think he can find his feet again. Really, just pick up the pieces if any of these two can't race. But they're very consistent drivers in turning up. Steve he is possibly the quickest driver in this league, but he just
Yes.
needs to really unlock his pace
Get
and
his
try not to
temperament
make
together.
silly little mistakes. Try
Yeah.
not to make the silly little mistakes. So yeah, so what do you think of that, Sam?
Yeah, just it's the same. It's the same as last season. You can't really add too much. I mean, I agree with all you said. I mean, they look a threat for the constructors championship. Marco's absolutely over the moon with his first race victory last season, and if he racks up some more and Steve gets his stuff together, then I think they're a proper candidate for the constructors. So they're the ninth team, and then we're moving on to Red Bull. We're moving on to Red Bull Constructors Championship, Constructors Champion of Season 2, and then it's a big lineup chase. You can't deny that. We have Flat Out Racing or John Downey as in the first seed, and then we have Galax 315 in the second seed, or Gabriel as his first name, and then we have Robert as reserve driver for them, and it should be great. Or Tone Stelling is his PSN, just to add that real quick. But it's gonna be maybe a bit of a step downwards, but I think nothing is impossible. I think that's always what you're gonna get. I think when a team's dominating like this, it's gonna be hard to keep that status of being the best team. They have quite a big job to do. After Red Bull won the second constructors championship, so should be good, should be great, and Galaxy is a very consistent driver, a man that definitely deserves a race victory, and I've heard John talking about possibly winning a championship, so it's not out of the question they can keep their status that they have right now as champion. So what do you make of that, your old team?
Yeah, I mean, Gabriel, obviously, one of the OG drivers, was there from the start. I think he has improved massively in Season 2.
Yeah.
Obviously picking up 2 podiums in Canada and Bahrain, I believe it was, due to penalties. So, yeah, two podiums last season, and he's just such a consistent driver. He's always there and thereabouts, in and amongst the podium positions, always there in the top 5, sniffing those big points. And I think he can do a really good job with him and John in Red Bull. John hasn't had the best of luck in his time at Williams for Season 2. But I think the pace is there. I think, if you look at his races, he's just struggled to really, get in amongst it and do what he knows how to do. And then obviously with Tone Stelling as a reserve, we know what he can do as well. So I think that's
a great showing at Japan.
Yeah, good all-round team for Red Bull. I think obviously it's going to be hard to repeat what happened last season with myself and Yoda, but you know what? Never say never.
No, never.
But I think we've got such a great fight for the Drivers and Constructors Championship this year. Just to list a few of the contenders, you've got Steve, you've got Yoda, Marco could get in amongst it, myself, Aaron, you've got Neek. So we've got such a great battle on our hands for this season. So what do you think of the team? Who do you think is the team to beat, Sam, for Season 3?
The team to beat has to be Haas. I think
those big pressure.
Yeah, big pressure. From the commentator. Yeah, I think they're just the team that have got 2 championship contenders out of my head. I don't really see that anywhere else. But I think you said only named a few drivers, but I mean, like, I could see drivers like Marcus and Galax maybe also getting in a position of taking the championship. Definitely. Because let's not forget, it's a completely new game, and a game could always suit another driver and could be absolute horrendous for the other. So you never know. Definitely. I mean, that's the excitement of having a new game, new chances for everyone. Everyone starts at 0. So. That should be good, but I think the controller guys might have a bit of a disadvantage in a way. I think getting used to the game on the controller is always harder than getting on a wheel, so that might be playing a bit of catch up. But I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
It might be a game that suits the controller better than the wheel. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And you can watch the story, of course, with us live. Always at Sunday, 2:30 p.m. UK time. So that should be an absolute cracker of a season.
Yep. So I think I'm going to get Zeph in the party right now,
Yes,
so he can talk
we
about
are.
his chances. Let's see if he's. Yep. All right. So just going to quickly invite him, and hopefully we can get his views on.
Is he the
His
only one
thoughts on the
coming in, or have you have more?
Let me see. No, I think we'll talk about that later. But Zeph, are you here?
Yeah.
All right, Zeph. So, have you heard the teams?
Yeah.
So Toro Rosso, Dio. What do you think about that?
Yeah, really, really good relationship. I mean, really doesn't get any better than this, being with a fellow countryman. It's like a Steve and Xavi all over
Yeah,
again.
we all know how well that works.
Yeah.
So like, there's gonna be like three teams with uh, the driver lineups from the same country. So that's gonna
Yes.
be really good to watch out, because like pairing is gonna be really strong between those two guys.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Yeah,
so
100%.
it's
I
not
mean,
only us. So.
so what you
So
think
what
of?
you?
So what you think of all the other teams, and do you see yourself contending for the championship, or
Yeah, nah, Mansky's gonna win.
who's gonna win?
The new Force
Mansky.
India driver,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
racing
like
point.
if
Oh,
if I
all
had to
right.
put my money on any
Banner on
one
the
of these
work.
guys, it's
yeah.
Mansky.
So the pressure's
So
on
yeah,
him.
what do you think? What do you think of him, Mansky?
Yeah, he's unbeatable. So like, you guys have no chance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
is that a
big
challenge?
words there. We're gonna have to come back on that at the
Well,
end
Phil, I
at
can
the end of the season.
even I can keep up with you in Brazil, and you, like, no way are you gonna beat this
All
guy.
right, all right, all right,
All
all right.
right, calm with that
Definitely,
already. You want to make a fool of yourself at the end of the season.
Nah, I'm not making a fool of myself. I'm just saying this guy's really fast.
Yeah,
So, like,
I
Okay,
I'm
mean,
trying to
well,
make
I
a
think he'll be
fool
it's a
of
happy
Phil.
with that.
possibility. It's definitely not
Yeah.
out of the question.
All right, what are your predictions for the constructors? Where are Toro Rosso going to come?
Uh, third or fourth. If we're lucky, we'll
Okay.
get first.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
well, thanks, Zeph, for joining us quickly.
That's it?
Hopefully we can get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's it. You
That's
can,
it.
you can sod off
Well, I
now,
stayed up
Zeph.
until 3 a.m. just for this. Okay, see you guys.
Great guy.
Oh, classic Zeph. All right,
Yes.
let's see if we can get anyone else on here. Maybe Steve.
No, isn't
But
he at MotoGP, isn't he?
no, he's online. But you know what? Let's just have a talk about the commentary roles for
Yeah.
season 3.
Yeah, let's not forget
quickly.
about that. Of course, me doing the commentary last year, I think it was just when you look at race one and then Japan where we finished. I think that was just a massive step, and I'm just a learning curve for me. And I think it's great. I'm happy to announce that Snyder is Rico, or Rico is gonna be my co-commentator for season 3. So that should be absolutely amazing. I think we're gonna have to take on another learning curve with me and Rico, but I think we're both from the Netherlands, so I think that's always mentally that's gonna create a bond, a bit of a good relationship, and then I think it shouldn't take too long to get used to the commentary. So I think that should be absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Very
and
hyped to
obviously,
get that in.
can we just classify that it's not going to be Dutch speaking in the stream?
No,
It's going to
it's
keep
not.
on
It's not.
being English.
It's gonna be
So
fully English.
Don't worry to all you viewers that don't have a clue what any Dutch words mean.
No.
So yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
Having
And
two
meanwhile, we've got another
commentators.
driver coming in, Steve.
Yeah, we've got Steve.
Sorry to leave you hanging there.
Steve, have you seen the teams?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well,
No,
I
You
can
want
say
to hear yours?
you are
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Marcus again at Alfa Romeo. for season 3.
With Chris as your
Really
reserve
cool.
driver, so.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
So what you make up with that?
Again.
What?
What do you make out of your team then? Do you think it's a good pairing or?
Yeah. I think it's a good combination of drivers. We can score good points, and if the season, during the season, the results keep coming, we might be able to be championship contenders.
Yes, it's very
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
So you think you can go for the championship again? And if so, who do you think who are your biggest rivals?
I think I can win the championship, and my biggest rivals will be Nick the
Van Gelder.
SRL driver.
Yeah.
Nick
Sorry,
Van
I don't know
Gelder.
the name.
Nick Van Gelder.
Van Gelder,
And
yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I will need to train a lot to be able to win them, and I hope it will be a good fight.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's-
thanks, Steve. It's really great to hear from you. Obviously, from your thoughts. So, looking forward to season 3. We'll see you soon, mate. All right.
Alright,
So,
that's it.
is that about it?
Yeah, I think it
Then,
is.
All the
I think it
drivers
is.
announced, all the teams announced for season 3.
Yeah.
All we've got left now is to wait for the season to start.
Yeah.
7th of July,
Yeah, keep your
Russia, pre-season race.
yes, and keep your eyes out on the VRL channel. Should be still some good content on there, and should be uploading a trailer soon for the season 3. So that should be good. I think that's all it. On the behalf of all VRL, thank you for watching the stream.
Yeah.
Phil's good to have you here. To
Always
have
good
the
to see you,
viewers see the man behind who created this league.
The man behind it all.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Can't
The
wait
man,
for
the
season
big man
3, it's
behind the
gonna be a good
buttons. So, I
Right
think that's it all. And join us on the 7th of July, 2:30 p.m. UK time, to see what's going on in Russia and who's gonna take the championship. Goodbye.